Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Your Excellencies and dear friends, I am really and truly honored to welcome you to the Sultanate of Oman. We are delighted to host this 8th edition of the Indian Ocean Conference here in Muscat. I thank the Indian Foundation for organizing this event, supported by the Rajarantam School of International Studies, Singapore, as well as the hard-working team that have made it happen. I thank every one of you. Our theme, Voyage to the Horizons of Maritime Partnership, compels us to reflect upon a shared maritime past, face present challenges, and chart a course for the future. Your presence here today reflects a shared principle that the Indian Ocean is not just a body of water, it is a lifeline for economies, a channel of exchange, a source of connection, and a passage for friendship. Today, we have a responsibility to progress on matters such as maritime stewardship, freedom of shipping, and tackling coastal communities' climate challenges. This conference is also an opportunity to explore the broader potential of our ocean. Oman's economic vision pivots on aligning economic progress with conservation in sectors such as the blue economy, port infrastructure, and logistics. And I hope this conference will enable us to develop shared strategies which are both mutually beneficial and sustainable. But our partnership extends far beyond maritime matters. It accomplishes and encompasses the energy transition, of course, technology, our vision of the South, and much more. Dear colleagues, the policy of the Sultanate of Oman emphasizes commonalities. We choose to focus on shared ambitions and view our diversity as a source of strength. Oman prioritizes inclusive dialogue, multilateralism, and non-interference. And Oman encourages others to make similar choices. We choose to trust, choose to lead by example, and choose to listen and engage constructively and respectfully. We mutually respect and constructive engagement. We can understand and accommodate different perspectives, build on each other's strengths, and benefit from our partners' expertise. This friends to all approach helps us to resolve shared problems in a judicial, inclusive, and sustainable way. And history proves this. Oman has been a seafaring nation for millennia. And for our ancestors, the ocean was a channel for trade and cultural exchange. This is still true today. Each community offered different skills, commodities, and insights. Through maritime partnership, we collectively reaped the rewards of this diversity. For exchange on this level, the world needs dialogue to set the terms, cooperation to enforce them, and trust in partners' goodwill. And so the law of the sea was born. The Byzantines created maritime customs and legal principles as early as the 7th century. They set the stage for global cooperation in the seas. 1,000 years later, in the early 17th century, Dutch jurist Hugo Grotius responded to sovereignty claims over the oceans in the publication that he did, Me Liberum, the Free Sea, and he insisted that the seas remain open to all. And in the following centuries, this became a universal principle. It laid the foundation for the robust international maritime law, and increasingly, it led to prosperity from the growth of trade. And by the mid-20th century, shared maritime concerns such as resource exploitation and shared opportunities such as technology encouraged greater partnership. Almost all states recognized that they lacked the naval capacity to operate globally at all times. If they wanted to act against piracy, for example, or illegal fishing and transnational crime, they needed partnership. They needed cooperation. And this led UN member states to establish the Convention of the Law of the Sea. Dear guest, your presence here today reflects a recognition that this partnership remains the best way to safeguard our seas. Maritime security, freedom of navigation, and justice will not be guaranteed through antagonism or military force and supremacist policies in which the rights of some come at the cost of others. Through partnership, the South can speak, we can collaborate on operational security, and we can listen to those actors destabilizing our seas, understand their motives, and address issues at their root. My dear friends, just as we have chosen to view the Indian Ocean not as a barrier, but as a bridge, Oman views all parties as friends with whom we have far more in common than we have differences. The Sultanate of Oman is committed to fostering an inclusive Indian Ocean, one that ensures that all nations, South and North, have an equitable stake in the security and the prosperity of these waters. There are challenges. Not everyone share our emphasis on peacefully. There are challenges that not everyone will probably engage with us on. But as we launch the 8th Indian Ocean Conference here in Oman today, we must urge everyone to lead by example. We must not be carried by currents of antagonism. Partnership must be our anchor, and let us strengthen the multilateral platforms which promote collaboration, capacity building, and shared responsibility. Excellencies, dear friends, we are here because of our similarities as well as our differences. Our histories were all shaped by the same ocean. We may have adapted differently to its changing tides, but today it is a source of security, stability, and prosperity for us all. This conference is an opportunity for our similarities to bond us further and for our differences to complement each other as we collectively navigate towards new horizons of partnerships and a brighter future. Thank you very much.